I do think that there is something magical about feeling, seeing, saying millionaire. People operate in a different way. So it really is a much more place of making decisions from where you want to be and not from where you are. And that's a really easy thing to say, right? How to have a millionaire mindset, even if it feels really far away. Okay, so if we take off with the even making it feel like it's possible. So, and there's loads of different things we can do. We can do a little affirmation. It's possible for me to be a millionaire. We can do some tapping around it. It's safe for me to be a millionaire. Even though I don't like millionaires, I completely love and accept myself. There are lots of interesting things we can do. We can understand our own money archetypes. So there's 8 archetypes. So there's accumulator, which is the inner banker. We have got alchemist, which is the inner idealist. We have got the celebrity, which is our inner star quality. We have got the connector, which is the inner relationship creator. We have got maverick, which is our inner rebel without a cause. No, inner rebel with a cause. And then we have got nurturer, which is our inner sponsor. Ruler, which is our inner empire builder. Romantic, which is inner hedonist. On my website, makingkeepmoney.com, there is a quiz. You can type on quiz and it takes less than 5 minutes. And you'll have your archetypes, what are your strongest archetypes and what are your lowest archetypes. And from that point, you can really sort of understand what's the easiest, most effective way for you to have a millionaire mindset. It's really interesting. So when I talk about making decisions from where you want to be, future you, what's future you doing? And if you are spending time doing things that don't add value, future you's not doing that. Future you has outsourced them. And in the business world, you know, the first thing is to outsource to someone in a third world country because it's cheaper. For most women, entrepreneurs, and that's who I work with, best thing to outsource is domestic labor. This is such a difficult thing for most women to outsource. They have been brought up to feel shame in outsourcing that. Guy would never feel concerned about outsourcing anything. First tip, outsource domestic labor and then outsource the things you don't like. Maybe you love having a dog, but you hate walking it. Love being on social media, but you hate creating posts. Like, what is it you hate? You know, what is it you want to scale? Yeah, and what is it you don't want to do? You're never going to feel ready. Okay, so let's get that out there. Yeah, you're never going to feel ready and you're probably never going to not have regrets. But this is where we weigh balances. And it was the most effective use of that money. If we think about how to have a millionaire mindset, even when it feels far away, it's how can we leverage what we've got? All the time that we've got, you know, and if you're looking at it and you're like, okay, maybe you've got some time. How can you do an energy exchange with someone? Yeah. How can you, if you need your kids looking after and you can help someone else out with something, what skill have you got? And how can you swap that? Because there's probably someone who it would be so valuable for them to swap that with you. Yeah, and I am not a big fan of skill swap later on in business. Yeah, so one of the things that I love to support my clients with is let's respect each other enough to pay each other. But right at the beginning, sometimes all you've got is time. Sometimes we've just got to go and smell the air. There are many, many experiences that most people are brought up never having. If you think, I could never stay, or what would it be like? If we can switch that mindset, I could never do, what would it be like? Let's think about having tea at Claridge's. You can go there. You can just go there and have a look around. Like, it's okay. You can walk in and walk out. You're allowed to do that. If you're trying to think about what would it be like to live in a place, you can book an Airbnb there. You can go and rent it. You can go and rent that experience. If you can't buy that experience, you can rent it. If you can't rent it, you can just go and walk past it. We have to acclimatize and we have to make incremental upgrades. Yeah. And that can be from so many different things. It can be from our underwear. It can be from our jewelry, an incremental upgrade in our car, our vacuum cleaner, like where we get our hair done. What decisions are you making now that aren't making you feel good? And how can you make a slightly different decision? What's the mini upgrade? So like for me, I had to get a train this morning. Okay, and I looked at the prices and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to upgrade to first class. It's going to mean that I arrive relaxed. I'm going to feel less stressed. I'm not going to worry about where my luggage is. And it was an easy decision to make. And yet still, when I was sat in first class, it was like, do I belong here? Am I a fraud? Am I allowed to be here? Now I feel really good about it. What are people going to think of me sitting in here? It's none of my business what other people think. It's what's the tiny, most incremental upgrade. Lots of my clients practice this with food. So whatever tomatoes you're buying, can you allow yourself to upgrade the tomatoes that you're buying? Can you make a slightly different decision around something which is going to be meaningful, incremental upgrade? So I have just shared with you some useful ideas about how to have a millionaire mindset. If you loved those, then I've got a lot more at my next video, which is the 5 rituals for a millionaire mindset. I would love to see you over there.